Our project is regarding the tourism industry. So what we are doing is applying sustainable tourism concept to the current tourism industry and create a application from that. Uh, this is our team members. The reason why we are using sustainable tourism is because the tourism industry is rapidly growing, and with this growth, there's a huge problem of overcrowding the locations, and since there are lots of people coming to these locations, these places are tend to get overcrowded, and with that. We lose the attractions of these destinations, and we won't be able to provide a better experience for the tourists. As you can see, these are the statistics we got from the Sri Lanka Tourism Department. We can see that there's a rapid growth in the incoming tourist. So basically, these are the research problems. Uh, as I said, the tourists, the arrival of tourists becomes higher every year, and uh, for that we are not able to give as much as facilities that is required, and this becomes a huge problem when we are maintaining those locations, and the environment also get affected, and it's degrading. So in the research gap, we should consider the environment effects, and we should predict the tourism count, and from that tourism count we have to get optimal number of tourists that we can allocate for each location, and through that we can generate a travel map. So our solution is Explorer, which is our product name. So these are the existing systems which you can obviously see the compared to that we provide some additional advantage. There are some services and features. The highlight of this is we are trying to be eco-friendly as much as possible, so that the tourism industry will be sustained. This is the high level architecture of our product. We have the prediction module, which predicts the number of tourists that would come for a particular location. Then the optimization module, which we use to generate optimal uh, count for each locations using two algorithms, namely genetic algorithm and iterated local search. Then we have the travel guide module, which will generate a optimal path based on those results, and we have the mobile application which the user will be using, and then as for the tourism department and for tour agents, we can give a dashboard where they can see the results of these modules, and even like they can add hotel offers and restaurant details, those kind of things. So the basically our target users are the tourism department and the travelers. These are the main components: prediction module, optimization module, which then it divides to genetic algorithm and iterated local search, which we use those two algorithms. Then we have the travel guide module.
Now I'm going to talk about prediction module objectives. So the main objectives are prepare the data for the machine learning algorithm, predict the number of tourists in a certain area, improve the learning module, and output the results into API. So this is the high level overview of prediction module. So for as inputs, we are taking location, date, weather condition, and special conditions. In the module, we are combining these all inputs and pass into a machine learning algorithm. In the algorithm, we are going to predict number of tourists in a specific location and produce the output as number of tourists. So these are the sample input and output of the algorithm. So these data is captured from tourism department, and weather data is captured from uh, dark sky API, and special conditions are captured from holidays API. So the main methodology is first we are gathering and then analyzing the input we get from the tourism department and weather data and those all inputs, and we prepare these inputs that's suitable for the machine learning module, and then we are choosing the module for this research. We are using deep recurrent neural networks. After that, we train this neural network using the input data, and we evaluate the results. And after that, we are tuning the parameters of the algorithm and optimizing the output to get the best results. So this is the high level flow of how this gonna work. So there are two main stages: learning phase and prediction phase. In the learning phase, what we are doing is prepare the data set and train the model. And after we train the model, we are using the train model to predict the number of tourists. So main output is of this module is the predicted number of tourists. There are other predictions like business. If you take the business prediction, predict the number of tourists visits by purpose, predict number of tourists by arrival and their occupation. Those kind of additional business justifications we can predict. So these following researchers I referred as the literature survey.
Then we are going to do the optimization module. So basically from the optimization module, what we are expecting is to after we get the prediction details, we are trying to optimally allocate the tourists for each locations. So for that, we are using two optimization algorithms. One is the genetic algorithm and the next one is the iterated local search. uh, Basically these are some of the comparisons between the algorithms, how this algorithm is better than others. So the optimization genetic algorithm, using the optimization module, uh, uh, we can divide the tourists for each locations, but for that we need a fitness value, like what are the aspects uh, we have to consider when dividing these tourists. So these are some details, real details, that for each locations how much of a revenue and number of tourists that's coming to these places. So when we are optimizing this, we are considering the fact that the revenue also we have to achieve some target. So we are considering that fact also. in the again, like in the fitness function, what another thing is, uh, the pollution, the environmental effect, or the collection of garbage. We are trying to reduce it, or like keep it in a maintainable number. So for that, using the fitness function, we have defined a function to maintain that fact. So what we are doing is, from the prediction module, we are getting the values, and through we are sending them through the genetic algorithm, and evaluate through the fitness function, and get an output. So these are the some of the metrics we are using, the pollution metrics, and the recovery expenses, which are when we are defining the fitness function, we are using these to evaluate how much the output of the algorithm, um, how much accurate the accuracy of this we can evaluate from this. These are some uh, algorithm, like literature surveys we did, and these are some past researches that have been done using the genetic algorithm. So basically this is the flow of the genetic algorithm. Then we have the next part of the optimization algorithm is the iterated global search algorithm. So basically from this algorithm also, what we are trying to do is, after getting the results from the prediction module, we are running the details through the iterated global search algorithm, and getting an optimal value for each destination. So this is basically the flow of the algorithm. So what we are doing is, we are getting the initial values, like uh, we are getting the prediction values from the prediction module, and then we are dividing that value randomly to each location, and we are we are sending those values to the fitness function to evaluate how much of accuracy does this contain, and then we are trying a new value set, and checking how much the accuracy is, and if that accuracy is better than the uh, previous one, we are keeping the new one, and remove the previous one. So likewise, this happens iteratively, and we are running like 500 different data sets, and with that data set also, using hill climbing algorithm, we are trying different kind of variations of that results, and we are getting the best uh, uh, number of tourists that can be allocated per each location. So this is how the algorithm actually works. We get we global maximum means the best result. Local maximum means that it also the good result, but there can be a better result than that. So that's why we are like, now from the not we are not stopping from the initial iteration. That's why we are keep doing that, and trying to reach the global maximum. So there's also have been done lots of applications using iterated global search for different areas, such as in airport runaways they have done. So also, like job scheduling, they have used iterated global search.
I'm going to explain about the travel guide module. The main objective of the travel guide module generating travel guide which avoid the overcrowding the tourist destination and considering convenience of the traveler. There are two parts of travel guide module: analyzing and optimizing the head count of each and every place and generating travel guide module. Our plan is uh, finding optimal path and then generating the optimize the travel plan. Finding travel plan, finding optimal path is uh, going to be done uh, using two steps. First, find optimum path to each and every areas, then find to optimal path to move around the location in the area. uh, this is the uh, this this diagram shows what are the areas and what are the locations in uh, single area. uh, we I'm going to use I have used two algorithms: travel and salesman algorithm, uh, problem algorithm to find optimal path, and optimization algorithm to optimize the travel plan. This is the overview of travel guide module. And for generating travel guide module, we have this information about travelers places, Google Maps, and GPS location, and optimal head count of each and every location, which generated by optimization module. These are the literature survey I have done. Most of uh, research are done generating travel plan, but they have not considering about the environmental factors.
So the business model of our product uh, is mainly from the user application. So using that, where the user will be able to do reservations, so hotel reservations they can do. Then from they can even book restaurants. So from uh, those reservations, we can get some kind of profit from them, from the hotels. And then we can also provide like cab services, and then from them also we can get a commission. And another thing is the prediction results, we can actually sell it to the tourism board. So for the government we can give as an API, so they can get a good idea about the incoming traffic for these locations and be prepared for them. um, so the benefits mainly for the travelers. So what they can do is they get a proper schedule to go around the country. Like when they choose an area, they get the information about the locations, and then they can select those locations, and they will get a proper schedule to where to go first, from there where to go, and how to travel to those locations. And when they travel to those locations, they can do the hotel bookings, even restaurant bookings, those things also they can. From this application they basically have the whole package, what they need for the traveling period. And for the government perspective also, for them they can get a proper idea on how many visitors will come to each location, so that they can be prepared. And then the environment fact, where we will we will be able to achieve the main target, which is the sustainability in the tourism industry, so that we can protect the location, tourist destinations, and it's in a long term plan. We can get more tourists to those locations, and get more benefits. This is our Gantt chart of the project. The working breakdown structure goes like this. So basically, the technologies we are using for the uh, mobile applications, we are using Ionic, because like it's working as a hybrid application, so that can work in Android and iOS. Then our backends are basically using Python. This is the dashboard of the application. So what we can see here is the overview of the whole application. So we have the prediction module and the genetic algorithm. So genetic optimization algorithm, which then divides to genetic algorithm and iterated local search. So here we can see in the prediction module, the results are going to the database, and from here we can view them actually. So as you can see, for each area we can get the predicted value uh, for each day. Then you can see here we have the results from the genetic algorithm and iterated global search. So for uh, each area, uh, what are the we are we are getting a value called fitness sum, which the fitness sum, if the fitness sum is larger, then the value is better. So whichever from whichever algorithm, if the fitness sum is higher, we get those values. So also we can see the number of areas, number of locations, then the user count, all those informations from the dashboard. So we can get a high level idea of how the application is operating now. Then we can put these are basically like forms where we can put the areas and locations to use in the mobile applications. Then we can put the hotels and the restaurants from here. So basically all of these are then displayed in the mobile application, so that the user can then uh, reserve hotels, reserve restaurants through the mobile application. This is the view of the mobile application. The first In the first page we can see the all the areas uh, of, of what we have put to our database. So first, if I go to Colombo, we can see some information of that and what are the popular locations of that. So user can simply go to click one location and see how to go to that, basically the directions of that. Also, as the business model we are providing, hotel offers and restaurant offers, so user can see the what are the offers available from this, and they can do a reservation. There are other some features we are offering too. So when we are scheduling a trip, you can schedule from this. So here user can simply first add two locations, or like whatever, wherever they want to go, they can simply add the locations. Then where they want to go, they can add the uh, here they can specifically add the locations. System will generate a proper schedule uh, on how they can go to each locations, and direction map will be provided. So here the schedule is provided. So basically this is actually the map is generated uh, using the all the modules, prediction module, optimization module. From those results only we are generating the optimal path. So this actually includes all the research module functions when we are generating the schedule. So we also get a proper direction map to for the user on how they can reach each location.